So the department's come up with a solution.
They're going to release Maguire.
No, they're going to release Camilla Wells.
Look, I want to know what's going on here.
Now, you listen to me. You're no longer on the force. And you don't tell me how to do my job. And I strongly suggest you don't say one word of these allegations outside this office. Is he stupid or just naive?
Gloria's going to teach you a few tricks. Kid's got a nice body, Myra. A couple of years young, I wouldn't mind a slice myself.
Bastard.
The police will be here soon. Will you be okay?
Killed him. I didn't mean to.
I know. It was self-defense, Mum. Kay and I'll back you up on that.
He said some terrible things, Alan.
It's all right. It'll be okay, Mum.
Well, of course it'd need official approval, but seems a pity to let the women down when they've been so enthusiastic about these little sing-alongs.
What's happening?
Stan's Glee Club has been invited to a competition.
Yeah, good on you, mate.
Oh, come on. Grow up, all of you. We're not running a nursery school. And I still have some say in security around here. And as far as I'm concerned, a trip like that is just not on.
What brought that on?
Well, Colleen's got a lot of worries at the moment.
I'd better go do some work. Sorry if I seem to have upset the apple cart.
Women are going to miss him when he's gone. So will I, for that matter. What's the matter with you?
Oh, nothing. No, it's not this place.
Well, perhaps it'd help if you talked about it.
Yeah, if I could find someone I could trust. No, look, it's not you. It's just such a balls.
It can't be that bad.
Can't it? Look, I've known for quite some time that some of my mates on the force were as dodgy as a $3 note. But not Eddie. I just didn't...
Eddie Stevens.
Yeah. So I know something, I go and tell this Inspector Maynard what I know, and bugger me days, he warns me off. He's obviously bent as well.
Oh, you must have it wrong. I mean, Eddie Stevens is one of the straightest men around town.
Was, Meg. Was.
Who told you this?
Sonia.
Oh, for God's sake, you surely can't believe that
Meg,
thing
I saw it with my own eyes. Now, I don't want to believe it, but I've got no choice, have I?
Well, that's about the lot. It's forensics, baby, now.
Yeah, righto.
What about the family, sir? They're pretty upset.
Yeah, well, I'll have to see to that. I wish I was back in the drug squad. I know how to handle those bastards. I'll see you later. Mrs. Desmond, I'm going to have to ask you a few more questions, I'm afraid.
Can't you leave her alone, Inspector? I've told you everything. Mum was just defending
Yeah, right,
herself.
son, okay, it's just standard procedure.
It's all right, Alan, love. You want me down at the station?
Yes, it won't take long. We're going to have to take down an official statement.
You sure you're okay?
I'm fine, love.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask all the family to come, miss.
Come on, isn't anyone going to give me a game?
How about settling up before you take on anybody else, Reb?
I told you before. You want money? See the banker.
Okay, Sonia. You ever going to pay up?
Of course I am. As soon as Brian can play Grieg's first piano concerto from start to finish.
Oh, she's a bitch.
A real sweetheart. A bit like me on a very off day.
Oh, she'll get hers, no worries. Okay, girls, now let's tackle this piece here. Cass?
Oh, no, thanks, Jude. No, I'll just listen.
Well, it's Old MacDonald's Had a Farm. Now, we're going to need someone to do all the animal voices. Any volunteers? Phyllis.
Oh, gee, I don't know, Jude. I could maybe manage a cow.
I think your milk just curdled.
Pity we haven't got Ferguson here. She could have been the pig.
Camilla, how about you?
Me? Man, I can manage a cat, but farms are not my thing.
I can do a turkey, and a sheep and a pig too.
Can you do a chicken? Very good. Look, you've saved the day, kid. All right, now we'll do it. And you do all the animal voices. We'll do chicken first, dear, right? And then a dog will try.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
Bloody horrible noise. They should have kept all that behind.
And on that farm
If you can't say something nice, miss, say nothing at all.
Shut your face. Should have pulled the keys out of that bloody thing as well.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
Hear that, Judy? What? Old Reb there looks like she did the dastardly deed.
Yeah, well, I thought as much, but I just never thought she'd admit it.
Jeez, and that was one lousy trick.
I reckon. Oh, don't worry, she'll get hers. Let's get back to it.
Well, I must say it's a treat for me to see you're all so keen.
Yeah, we've got something for you to hear, Mr. Dobson.
Good, good. Well, I've got news for you. We've been invited to take part in a singing competition.
You're having me on.
Marvellous. They never let us get away with that.
We don't know that yet. I'll be seeing Mrs. Reynolds in the morning, but I just wanted to know what you felt about it.
Oh, come on, Mr. Dobson. I mean, this is a lot of fun just like this, but a competition, we're not ready for that.
Oh, hey, Jude, we could give it a go. We practiced real hard.
Sure we could.
It's only an amateur
You
competition.
don't think we'd make fools of ourselves?
No, I'd be very proud to know I was your coach.
Well, if Mrs. Reynolds will agree, okay, you've got your man.
And no hard feelings if she says no.
We'd expect that, wouldn't we?
Well, where's the song you want to do?
Oh, McDonald.
We got a surprise for
Okay,
you.
girls, chip first.
Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
Thank God I get out of this dump in the morning. You can have it all to yourself, honey.
Thanks a lot. I owe you for Eddie.
It's okay. I didn't think you'd be so turned on about it.
Well, it came at the right time. You see, nobody walks out on me. I managed to do a trade-off with Rick Manning. You see, I told him about Eddie, and in return, he's going to keep the big, bad freak away from my door.
Ferguson gives me the creeps. Hey, you didn't mention my name to Manning, did you? I mean, if he makes waves, well, I don't need trouble on the outside.
Relax, nobody's going to heavy you. Ah, been playing Goldilocks.
Huh?
Somebody has been messing with my bed. Oh, jeez.
Jeez, I reckon you better cut your toenails. Sorry. You'd pull a crazy stunt like that.
I'll just round up Brian and any one of them morons and take your pick.
I figured they didn't like you much, but hell, you can't win, can you? With Ferguson on one side and the women on the other.
Yeah, well, the freak's away. And the women I can handle. Well, how'd you go?
Oh, I'll get these ready for signing.
Good. That only leaves the young girl statement.
It won't make much difference, though, will it? I mean, from what the boy said, his old man was a right bastard.
Yeah, well, so are half the husbands in this city, mate. It doesn't give the wife any excuse to smash his skull in now, does it?
No, I suppose so.
Yeah, well, I know so. I'll see you later. Okay.
Look, if there's nothing else, my mother needs to...
Yeah, all right, son, all right. We haven't heard from your sister yet.
Oh, come on, Inspector. I've told you everything. Do you have to question Kay?
Mrs. Desmond, I've got to get all the information.
But we've told you it was self-defense.
It's all right, Alan. Kay, just answer the inspector's questions, okay?
Yeah.
Now, Miss Desmond, you walked in and your mother was bending over your father's body. Is that correct?
Yes. She killed him.
To protect herself. He would have killed
son,
her.
all right, you've had your turn. Now, will you just shut your face or you wait outside? Go on, Miss Desmond. Did you ever see or hear your father threaten your mother?
No. I loved him. But I heard Mum. She said...
Kay, what is it, love?
Go on, Miss Desmond.
I love them both, but Mum was unhappy about Gloria. She said that she'd kill Dad.
Okay, it was...
You said it, I heard you.
Did she say she wanted to kill your father or that she would kill your father?
She said she would. And she did. She murdered my dad.
There's nothing like a hot shower to get the old heart started.
Especially after a good night's sleep in a well-aired bed, eh, son?
What the hell's going on?
3 guesses, sweetheart.
You touch me and I'll scream this place down.
You try it and you'll have real problems.
Besides, we've got a little treat for you.
Cast the pillow.
What do you think you're doing, you stupid cows?
You shouldn't have touched the pianola. It was mean and childish.
Woo! Mr. Dobson was a good friend to us.
Yeah. And you could have hurt him real bad, kicking his pills away like that, Reb.
And here's a little extra for you for breaking Bobby's Walkman. You nasty little bitch.
Think you're real smart, don't you? Not one of you got the guts to take me on alone.
Oh, really? Well, this isn't a fight. It's a lesson.
Only some of us learn slower than others.
Whew. Now, Reb, it only goes to serve you right.
Right, coast clear. You, Bryant?
Really?
Well, I'll tell you something. You say one word to anybody, it'll be the last word you speak.
And at least the reporters have gone. The department should have the papers processed later this morning, and then Wells will be released.
Oh, what about Maguire?
It's still under consideration, Meg, but I'm expecting a phone call this morning. Now what's next? Oh, yes, the gardening program.
Oh, of course, I don't know if I've made everything clear. This, I won't be here much longer. I would just like to get the women started.
I think it's an excellent idea. I wouldn't mind a bit of gardening myself.
It's extra work supervising those women. Oh, come on, we've got enough to do.
Well, Stan will be doing all the work.
And he has to be accompanied.
Oh, I'm sure we can manage. It'd only be an hour or 2 extra a day.
I just said that we're already overloaded with work commitments. And, Stanley, I'm sorry, but this competition of yours...
Competition?
Oh.
Well, I had intended speaking to you about it, Mrs. Reynolds, before the meeting, but as everybody seems to know...
Well, for what it's worth, I reckon it's an excellent idea.
Well, it's certainly different, and I can imagine how the women would feel about it. Just the same, I think we have to give it a lot of thought.
Oh, yes, I'd expect that.
Oh, it doesn't take a lot of thought to realise the security risks we'd be taking.
Sometimes the end justifies the means, Colleen. There's an element of risk in everything.
And it would do wonders for morale.
All right, then why don't you just hand them the keys of the prison and let them come and go as they please?
Oh, they're just being facetious.
Yes, all right. But I am against it. However, if it is okay, then we're going to have to be damn careful about who we allow to go. And I won't back down on that.
Well, I'm glad to have everyone's opinion. But in the long run, it will be my decision. All right, Stanley?
Yes, yes, of course.
I think that's all. Thank you all for your time. Back to work. What's the matter, Colleen? I know you've got problems.
Oh, just leave it, will you, Meg? Anyhow, you won't have to worry much longer. I am looking for a new job, and as soon as I find one, you and Anne can have this whole place to yourselves.
You late for breakfast, King?
Yeah, but doesn't her hair look nice and clean?
We could have saved you some toast, but we ran out of honey.
And K-pop.
You got a phone call from your Uncle Kevin. You're going to call him back later.
Great. Thanks, Mr. May.
Well, no news is good news, eh? You're lucky you didn't get carted off to Barnard's.
Well, even if I had, I'm glad I spent some time here. You're quite special, you know that?
Oh, I wish the judge thought so.
I better get me stuff together. See you around.
Yeah, expect so.
Stevens? I thought you might like to know you were right about Eddie.
You seem surprised.
Still too many questions no one wants to answer.
Well, I've told you all I know, Mr. Manning.
Now, come on, Stevens. Someone told you. Now I want to know who that was.
You just missed her.
King. She gets out today.
That's right.
They're not at all keen, Stan. They feel it would put an awful strain on security.
You told them how much it'd mean to the women.
Yes. Look, don't say anything to them just yet. Who knows, maybe the department will change its mind.
Well, thanks anyway, Mrs. Reynolds.
Poor man,
and it's hard enough for him having to retire.
I know, and I will try again. But I'm not too happy about Colleen's attitude. Do you think there's any chance of repercussions amongst the officers if this thing did go ahead?
You mean a strike?
Yes, I don't want to buy into industrial action.
Well, I'd say you'd have more problems if Camilla Wells thought we were scared of such a trip.
You're probably right. Prison officers fear Wentworth's singing angels. Oh, we'll just have to wait and see.
Myra Desmond's outside. She's just been inducted. Do you want to see her?
Okay. Poor Myra. I'm dreading this.
Know how you feel. Thanks, Mrs. Wood. Come on, Myra.
I can't tell you how sorry I am.
Look at me out on the outside telling people how to run their own lives, and look what I did to my own two kids. Myra, if there's anything I can do...
Yeah, Meg, thanks. Kay and Ellen, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on them, it's hitting pretty hard. They're going to need someone.
Yes, of course.
And I'm here if you need anything.
Thanks. Can't turn the clock back, though. It's all I really need.
Well, that should keep you going.
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. I don't know how that happened.
Oh, dear, it's not your day at all, son.
Yeah, you should have stayed in bed, kid.
All right, you play your stupid games, though. I think a 4-year-old would do a lot better.
Well, to be sure, and isn't she a laughing minute? It reminds me of my Auntie Pat had triplets, and my Uncle Kevin went gunning for the fathers of the other two.
Just wait till I get hold of my Uncle Kevin. It'll be more than just a few laps.
You got something going?
Forget it.
Ladies, you can stop work for a minute. I have some news for you.
I'm not sure I want to hear. The news around here is all bad.
Oh, I think you want to hear this, don't you, Mrs. Morris?
Yes, I certainly do. Maguire, you and Wells are both being released.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Do you want to tell us who pulled what strings, Mrs. Morris?
There's nothing undercover about it, Smart. The department simply reviewed the case and reversed the VJ's decision. Now, that is
What do
all.
you know? There is some justice in the world after all.
I'll give you 5 minutes to say goodbye, and then I'll take you to the extra things.
There you go, Mrs. Morris. Did I make a phone call? Mr. Manning said a big one.
All right, come this way.
Well, you certainly are a sly old fox, Camilla. How did you manage that?
Oh, I don't think it had anything to do with me. I think the department has got cold feet. Well, I think I'm going to miss you, Judy. You taught me a lot in a short time.
Hey, come on. You don't need anyone to teach you anything. You're a very cluey lady.
Well, everyone, I hope you're going to watch the news tonight. And if my editor's really on the ball, I'll make the afternoon papers.
I think she wouldn't want to tell too many people about Mo and
Oh,
us.
come on. If you think I'm going to walk out of here and forget all about you, you're wrong. Anyway, Mo will be there to remind me.
Oh, look, I know what you said about the job, but if you change your
Don't
mind...
turn me down. I'm counting on you to pull Larry and Curly into shape.
Two fellas, lucky you.
Cats, darling, cats.
Cats?
Pedigreed Persians, I love them.
Well, everybody needs somebody.
Well, Wentworth taught me that.
Ease up, will you? Yeah, well, hurry up. I don't want to be last in line.
Yeah, well, I need you to do something for me.
Me? I thought you and Sonny had a few deals going.
Yeah, well, Sonny can't help me with this one. I've got to get into the singing group.
You've got to be kidding. Dobson will never let you in.
Wait till you see the act I'm going to buck. You'd have to have a heart of stone to knock me back. I want you to get the women round.
Yeah, well, why me? What's in it for me?
What do you mean?
I wasn't born yesterday, Reb. If you're so anxious to go on that trip, there's only one reason. And it's got nothing to do with singing.
Meaning?
Meaning I want in.
Forget it.
Okay. But you're going nowhere without me.
Guess I've not much choice, have I?
That's right.
Gee, didn't expect to see you here.
We talk?
What about?
Come on, King. You told Sonia Stevens that Eddie was on the take. Now I want to know the whole story.
Look, Mr. Manning, I've got a friend in there. That's half my rent money. Just give me half an hour to get rid of this joke and we'll talk, okay?
Half an hour.
Very good. Cass, you sounded like a veritable barnyard.
Oh, thanks,
chook best myself.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Dodge? Do you think we'll make it?
Practice makes perfect, eh?
He's absolutely right, so let's try it again.
Right. What about harmonies?
Mr. Dobson, I've got something to say. I know I've been really rotten to you, and well, I just want to say that I'm real sorry.
Well, thank you, Keen. Apology accepted.
Thanks, Mr. Dobson. I should have seen you a real good sport from the start. Look, now that the women are having so much fun with the singing and that, I just wish I could be part of it.
You mean you want to join the Glee Club?
Oh, do I ever? I'd work real hard if you'd let me, Mr. Dobson.
It's really not up to me, Keen. The women are the ones you'll have to convince, particularly as you assign kind to Parker.
Yeah, you're right, Mr. Dobson. But you wouldn't mind?
If the women agree, I'll be happy to have you.
Wait, hang about. What? When I say I want you to increase it a bit, I don't want you to shout, you know.
What we need is more people.
Yeah, well, they're not exactly coming out of the woodwork, are they, now?
Well, how about Rev? I know she'd like to.
Are you kidding? Singing, shall we do a strictly solo?
Now, come on, everybody. We need big breaths.
You speak for yourself, sweetie.
Okay, girls, let's just take it from where the animal noises come in, okay?
Yeah.
With a here, there, here, there, everywhere. Here, there, here.
Is that Eleanor? See, Parker? She's going to fix it for me.
When you come round the back way, he'll spot you a mile off.
Don't tell us that, Job, okay?
Hey, that's him.
You go that way. Forget it. We're not going to play cowboys out in the street. Get her inside.
Hey, come on. It's not my fault. You ballsed it up.
If you knew how to keep your mouth shut, we wouldn't be here now.
Okay, but I called you, didn't I?
Sure you did, sweetheart. That was your second mistake.
Wait a minute. Please.
What about Manning?
There's no hurry. Anyway, I like him running scared. Pity we didn't let this one sweat.
Yes, I will. Thank you, Mrs. Davidson. Goodbye. Well, what do you know? The department's finally relented. The Glee Club trip is on, as long as I take full responsibility.
Oh, sounds like a good way to ensure your early retirement.
Oh, I don't think they'll let me down.
Don't believe that. Let a little bunch loose on a trip like that, and you're bound to have trouble.
I'm sorry, Colleen. I don't agree with you. Ever since the singing group started, general behaviour and morale's improved out of sight.
Yeah, well, that may be. But then it's not exactly the Vienna Boys Choir you're letting out for the day, is it?
I'm sorry you're so against it, Colleen, but the decision's been left to me as governor, and the trip is definitely on.
Well, then, as governor, you won't mind recording my official disapproval, will you?
Not in the least.
Good.
No, not that one, Mitchell. That's seedling. Try that little one next to it.
You'll soon get the hang of it.
Yeah, well, gardening's not really my scene. I'm just doing it for Stan the man.
I know what you mean.
How's it going, Cass? Oh, all right. Listen, I've just been talking to Reb, and she's real sorry about what she's been doing to everyone. Well, she reckons she'd like to make up for it, join the Glee Club.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's real nice that she's sorry and all that, but I don't know if the others would be too happy having to sing with us. She's done too many rotten things.
Yeah, but if you said it was apples, it'd be okay. And I reckon she deserves a chance to show how sorry she is. G'day, Cass. Listen, I know how much you like playing that piano, and, well, I'm real sorry I buggered it. I was on a real downer.
Yeah, well, it's still busted. The pedals don't work right.
Yeah, well, maybe I could get the screws to drop me money and get it fixed, eh?
It's not only what you've done to the piano, Reb, it's what you've done to Mr. Dobson.
Yeah, oh, I told Mr. Dobson I'm real sorry, and he said he don't mind me singing if you don't.
Yeah? You talked to Mr. Dobson, did you? Okay, well, I'll see what the others reckon.
Good on you, Cass. You're a good sport.
What was all that about?
Reb reckons she's sorry for all the rotten things she's done. She wants to sing with us.
Oh, load of crap, I reckon.
Oh, well, maybe she learned her lesson this morning, huh?
Yeah, I reckon we ought to give her a go, Jude. Then we can find out whether she means it or not.
The trouble with you, Cass, is you're too kind-hearted. Okay, we'll give her a go.
Yeah, good one,
Come on,
Jude.
I'll give you a hand.
Cass, I've got a job for you.
Oh, righto, Mr. Dobson.
Do you think you can drive that?
Oh, no worries, Mr. Dobson. I've driven a few tractors in my day.
Go on then, but take it easy. I don't want you booked for speeding.
Hey, Mr. Dobson, I finished doing that. Now, what else you want me to do?
Oh, good. Well, take the barrow and fork with me, will you?
Yeah. Who do you want me to bury?
Now, I want you to spread these wood chips on the ground between the shrubs. Not too thick, and try and spread it even.
Okay. Oh, it smells nice, doesn't it?
Happened to deliver this morning, fresh from the country.
Oh, they're probably full of cow turds.
You never can tell. There could be a gold nugget in there, you know.
Yeah? Hang on, Jude, I'll just go and get another fork.
You wanted to see me, Governor?
Yes, Rick, come in. Couple of things. First of all, could you ask all available officers to meet in the staff room at 5? There's something I want to ask them.
Right. And?
Well, the other matter involves you personally. I've had a complaint from the department. Apparently the police have been onto them about you.
What am I supposed to have done?
I assumed you'd know. The message was to the point. You're to stop interfering in police business.
I do have some rights as a private citizen.
One of those rights will be to join the unemployment queue if you don't keep your nose clean. That's the department's warning.
Well, no worries there. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Then what are you doing that's upsetting so many people?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you that, Governor. It's a personal matter.
Nothing is personal if it affects your job.
And I'll make sure it doesn't.
Good. Just remember, the department's warned you to refrain from doing anything that might reflect badly on them. And I'd hate to lose you, Rick.
Fine. Is that all, Governor?
Yes. But if you need any help, you know where to come.
We wouldn't have a worry in the world if they're all like Parker.
I couldn't agree more. But it would be silly of us to lose sight of the fact that she has killed 2 officers.
One case was clearly self-defense. As for the Barnhurst officer, I'm just surprised somebody hasn't been driven to it already.
Maybe. There's no excuse for killing her.
I think I know Cass. I'm sure that had never have been her intention.
Hey, hang on, Jude!
What are you doing?
I thought I saw something gold.
For heaven's sakes, Bobby, Mr. Dobson was only kidding.
You reckon?
Of course I reckon. Gold doesn't grow on trees, does it? There's nothing in there but red gum chips. Maybe a couple of fat spiders.
Oh, hell, Jude, you could have told me sooner.
Get out.
Oh, hey, Mr. Dobson, got it all done for you?
Good girl. Now come along, I've got something to show you.
Oh, hey, Mr. Dobson, I heard what you were saying to Mrs. Morris earlier. Thanks.
Oh, I didn't realize you were listening, Cass.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Dobson, but I'm real glad I did. See, I was starting to reckon I was bonkers too, like a lot of people around here think. Real glad to hear you didn't think so.
I certainly don't. You're as sane as the next one. But you mind me, girl. You've got to watch that temper of yours. Now you know a good hefty punch in the right place can kill.
Oh, I know it all right, Mr. Dobson, and I'll be watching. No worries.
Okay. Now, here we are. That's a tuberous begonia.
Oh, jeez, will it get any better?
That's its name, Cass. They're very good indoor plants. I thought you might like it for your dorm.
Oh, jeez, Mr. Dobson, my own little plant. That'd be great.
I'll just go get a pot for it. Won't be long.
Yeah, okay.
What's that supposed to be?
Well, why don't you find out who put it here and ask them?
Why should I do that?
Listen, you were supposed to be looking after me.
That was before you set me up.
Oh, what the hell are you talking about?
Went to see Merrill King today. A couple of heavies arrived for the welcoming party.
So speak to Merrill about it.
That's a bit difficult. Your friends shot her dead. Afternoon papers are full of it.
My friends? I had nothing to do with that. You've got to believe me.
Ah, come on, pull the other one, Stevens. You use Merrill King just like you use everybody else.
That is not true.
Truth! You wouldn't know it if it fell on you. You just fight your own battles from now on.
Righto, ladies, that's it for today. Move off, will you? Come on.
Parker won't be long, Mrs. Barnes. Ah, that should do it, Cass. Now, I found this old bag in the shed. If we slip it in there, you shouldn't get into strife dropping dirt everywhere on the way in.
Yeah, good idea.
Mr. Dobson, can I have a word with you?
Oh. Excuse me, Mr. Dobson, we forgot the fork.
Oh, stick it in the flower bed. I'll put it away later.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna have to find somewhere really nice to keep this, eh?
Well, just so it gets plenty of light and give it a good soaking about once a week.
Oh, shouldn't I water it every day?
No, no, too much will rot the roots.
Oh, rats. Hey, look, I'll give you the bag back later, eh?
Chuck it in the rubbish. I think it's had its day. Come on, you better get cleaned up for dinner or you'll be late.
And as Stanley retires the day before the trip, and I won't be able to go, I'm looking for volunteers to accompany the women.
Well, I'd be happy to go if you could reorganise the rosters.
Yeah, I'll go, Governor. Always was a sucker for bus rides.
Thanks, Rick. And Meg. I'm sure it won't be difficult to change the rosters. Well, thank you for coming. I won't keep you any longer. Oh, Meg, let the women know, would you?
Yes, of course.
Could I see you for a moment, Colleen?
Yep.
I'd like you to volunteer as well. 2 officers isn't enough.
I've already made my opinion of the trip quite clear.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that. But I won't be able to go, and I'd prefer senior officers to accompany them.
Well, perhaps Ferguson will be back by then.
She might, but we can't count on it. In any case, I would prefer you to be in charge.
Mrs. Reynolds, the only way I will go on that trip is if I am ordered to.
Very well. It's an order. I'm sorry, Jill.
She's trying to get into the Glee Club. She's got Buckleys. She sings like a frog. They won't let you in either.
I'll take $5, they do.
They hate your guts.
Maybe. When they realise I'm just a poor, misunderstood kid, they'll be tripping over themselves to help me.
I hope you don't have to keep up the act for too long. Your halo might slip and strangle you.
You better hope it doesn't. If you pin your hopes on getting away with me.
May I have your attention, please, ladies? I have an announcement for the Glee Club. The trip is on.
Hey! Mrs. Morris. Listen, I heard about Mara. Is it true?
Yes, it is. It doesn't take long for news to travel, does it?
No, it certainly doesn't. When can I see her?
Tomorrow. She's pretty down, Judy. She'll need a lot of support.
Don't worry, Mrs. Morris. She'll get plenty of that.
Oh, fancy getting out of this dump for a whole day. Yeah, oh, geez, Mr. Dobson will be pleased. Yeah. Oh, hey, what about Reb?
You really want her to come on the trip, don't you?
Yeah. Well, you know what I reckon. Anybody who's trying ought to be given a go.
Well, if the department felt that, we'd all be out of here. Okay, Cass. Hey, Reb, come here.
Geez, look at her, will you? Don't reckon the saintly look suits her.
We've talked it over. You can join the club. You got Cass to thank for that.
Thanks, Cass. I know I don't deserve it.
You certainly don't. And you better walk the straight line, otherwise you'll be having honey and feathers on a regular basis.
Fair enough.
Ah, oh, good on you, Reb. Oh, jeez, this is gonna be fun.
Got the shakes.
Practice over.
Nah, just nicked off to the loo. Listen, you better start paying out on those gambling debts, or they're gonna get really tough.
Well, they can whistle for it. Scum like that doesn't frighten me.
Oh, yeah? Well, if you're so smart, how come you didn't crack it for the singing trip? I'm going.
Well, I got problems of my own. And I can think of better ways of spending a day other than with a bunch of morons.
Yeah? Well, you're the muck. This is gonna be my big break. All the way out.
You got it set up?
Yeah. Real easy, too. Just had a chat to good old Uncle Kev. Now who's the clever one?
Judging by your last attempt, not you. You see, when I break out, I go in style. And I won't be coming back.
Hey, do you reckon we could get a hamburger when we get out?
I really don't know.
How about a little snort?
Now, come on, let's take this seriously. From what Mrs. Morris tells me, the governor's really stuck her neck out so you can have this trip, so don't forget you owe her a big one.
Yeah, don't you worry, Mr. Dobson. Not going to be no funny business. We're just going to enjoy ourselves and sing real good.
Lovely. Let's get on with the practice.
Oh, hang on. Can we watch the news? Because Camilla might be on. Oh, yeah.
All right, Mitchell.
Oh, good one.
Everything all right, Bryant?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine, Mr. Dobson.
You look like you lost a pound and found a penny.
Just a friend of mine's been charged with murdering her husband.
Oh, that's rough. Still, look at it this way. At least she's got a friend on the inside.
She's got more than one friend. She's the woman that ran the PRG for years.
I understand how you feel. Keep your chin up.
Hey, build up, everyone. Here she is.
Miss Wells, seen here leaving the prison, refused to be interviewed, but said she would be writing a series of newspaper articles about her stay at Wentworth. The statement issued by the Department of Social Welfare said Miss Wells had been released due to overcrowding at the prison. The talkback radio star did not serve her full 14-day sentence.
Can't wait to see the papers.
You know why? They'll probably be censored anyway.
Righto, let's get back to it.
Yeah. Now, come on, Reb. You come and stand over here. I'll help you.
Oh, God, she might do better to stand with her mouth open.
Now, that's enough, Mitchell. Right, let's have the finale again, eh?
Finale, okay. With a here and a there, here, there, everywhere. Here, there, here, there, everywhere.
Oh, Mrs. Powell, I'm sorry.
All right, that's it, Parker. You're on a charge, so you can forget about the trip.
Oh, that's not fair. It was an accident. I
Shut your
saw it.
mouth or you won't go either.
But, Mrs. Powell, we need Cass for the animal noises.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of you in here who can do those.
Well, that bloody does it. If Cass is not going, neither am I.
Well, I don't think any of us should go. We should tell the Estedford people that we'll use this as a protest against unfair treatment.
Yeah, good one. Don't you worry, Cass. We'll make them pay.
Well, look, will you all just shut up? Now, no one's given up on this trip because of me. Mr. Dobson's put in too much hard work for you to all let him down now. I'll teach Reb how to do the animal noises.
Cass, you can't.
She's better left on her own for a while. The best thing we can do for Cass is to get on with the practice. Come on now.
This.
Can you spare me a few minutes, Mrs. Powell? It's about Parker.
I'm not about to change my mind.
All I ask is for you to listen to me. Look, to my mind, Parker's one of the most cooperative inmates we've got here. I know her record, but I don't believe she'd hurt a fly intentionally.
Well, perhaps flies don't upset her as much as people do.
You don't think you're overreacting just a little?
Go on.
Well, Parker's responded tremendously to the Glee Club and this garden project. Frankly, I'd rather take a busload like her on a trip than one or two of the others.
Yes, but you won't be going, will you?
No, more's the pity. I know you have some reservations about all this, but just look at what it's achieved. Mitchell, for instance. Her behaviour's improved out of sight.
Yeah, I'll concede you that.
It's amazed even me, don't worry. I've been in this job a long time, and I've never had a bunch of prisoners respond so much to an interest as these ladies have.
Oh, Stanley, you really do care, don't you?
An old dog for a long road, they say. Well, it's been a hard one, but if just one of these kids straightens out as a result of my efforts, it's all been worth it.
Why aren't you in politics? All right. Yes, I suppose it could have been an accident. She can go.
Thanks, Colleen.
It's your going away present.
Well, Cass, you've got a bus trip to make.
Hey? What about what Mrs. Powell said?
Mrs. Powell withdrew her objection.
Oh, that's beauty!
Come on, you lazy buggers. We're going to win for Stan the Man.
Oh, you knocked off ages ago.
No, I offered to give Stan a lift after singing practice. It's great the women are getting the trip, isn't it?
Oh, I do them the world of good. Surprised the governor let me go, though, after having me on the carpet today.
Oh, what have you been up to?
A warning from the department to butt out. Police got onto them.
Yeah, well, I know how you feel about it, Rick, but you sure you're not getting in too deep?
I've been up to my armpits now. I was at Merrill King's flat today. I saw those fellas that shot him.
God, have you reported it?
What's the point? But I don't know who the straight cops are anymore. Now, they were set up to get me. I'll do it my own way. There's no way they're going to scare me off.
Look, Rick, if you keep tangling with these people, you'll end up dead. And what good's your little campaign going to do for you then?
I really thought you'd be one person that would understand. Well, get this. I don't need the cops, the department, the governor, or you telling me how to run my life. Look, just forget I even mentioned it, all right?
Oh, Mr. Manning. Something moved under my bed.
Wishful thinking.
I tell you, there is something. Those women have put something in my room.
Now the lady's saying things. So if it doesn't bite you in the night. Good night, Stevens.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love with more, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.